Okay, welcome back. I'm Cappadocia. Welcome back to Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. We're carrying on right where we left off. Well, ish. I've just patched up the ship, upgraded my, leveled up a couple. Can't remember the name. Idra and our navigator. I've moved a load of stuff over to there, and yeah, other than that, we're about ready to crack on. The other thing I did do, I went through and collected all of the bits and pieces. From here, we need to go to Faustone and we need to go to Dargonus, which is annoying, but we now do have 3 more things, extractors, so when we're flying back we can pick some stuff up. Road Trader's ship is facing our Delhi scouts. The Xenos don't know how to attack. They seem to slow down one more movement to engage. Ask Yulet to help with. Yulet's speech is met with a torrent of Eldari abuse. It's too much even for the Rogue Trader to adjudicate. The Xenos accused of betraying her kind, conspiring with the Monkey, and unceremoniously cut the. And they flew away. Bye bye. I can handle that. Nothing here. Okay, we could get some more plus steel. We really could do with more Promethium, but nah, it's only one. We won't bother. Alright, let's get over here. Lord Captain, United Corps of the Explorers and the military forces are ready to attack the heretics to go Euphrates. The commanders recognise the Lord Inquisitor's sanction and agreed to cede the right supreme to command. They ask you to summon a war council. Summon them to the bridge. We will hold the war council. Consider it done, your lordship. I'll notify the commanders. You're ready to meet with them. Good. Let them come to me. I mean, technically I do rank all of them, so they should really. Opticon 22, the lead explorer appears to be on the bridge, and the deck trembles beneath his metal gate. He's quite a new set of fearsome armor since the last met. This Becker Dendra is now fitted with formidable weapons of destruction. Unit Opticon 22 initiating identification official greeting procedure, unlocking the option of strategic data exchange. Theobald Ironhide, the Emperor's Angel, follows in the wake clad in armor, the colour of the 10th Tempestuous Ocean. You hear his voice, throaty and booming with untamed bolts of strength. Which one of you Huskars is Sigmund von Valentius? I'm Theobald Ironhide and wish to see the mortal who's been granted the honour of leading my pack into battle. You're looking at me. I know the habits of a warrior when I see one. You are no indolent joke. Good. I'll give my approval. The hunt will begin. Baseborn heretics together. How'd you go for overseeing logistics, commanding armies? This command promotion highlight status update was executed following the death, decommissioning, destruction of the ship Teeth of the Wraith Gear. The fleet's war conclave is operating aboard that vessel. Unit Opticon 22 received premature rank promotion modernization to Magos Dominus based on extensive catalog of recorded combat engagements. May your service benefit your updated protocols that were bestowed upon you, and your new analytical data that was entrusted to your education. May the Omnissiah grant operate this unit in his cause mission algorithm of service to him. Let us commence with this war council. Good. What good is another war council with a cog priest who knows not the joys of battle, who cuts off his parts and replaces him with augments to be his all-knowing master? He will propose again a cowardly plan unworthy of warriors, as is the custom of his brethren. Registering a blame of impertinence, data insufficiency in regard to the military craft eradication methods of the Adeptus Mechanicus. So, these two don't like each other? Are you having another fight, gentlemen? How predictable. A woman in heavy armor walks on the bridge cloaked in air of superiority. You remember seeing her before in the retinue of Xavier Calazar when he barged into your chambers after your magnate Ascensio. Thank you for not starting without me. Acolyte Ashira, dispatched by the Lord Inquisitor to facilitate the operations on Euphrates II. My role on this war council is that of an advisor. Hendrix and Ashira exchange glances and do not say a word. You cannot help but notice the fire that forms on the Inquisitor's forehead at the sight of his colleague. So, shall we begin our war council, or shall we wait for the heretics to corrupt this planet? Why are you here? The Lord Inquisitor entrusted me with the task of forging an alliance between the assembled fleet and the forces of the Cognizance fleet. Once this task is complete, I am to act as observer and special operatives. And what are your... I'm afraid Lord Quincy did not give me authority to elaborate on this matter. No surprise in my heart, the Inquisition is, as always, too ashamed of its dark deeds to reveal them to honourable fighters. What troops can you spare? The military forces will be transferred to Opticon 22. All I have left on my command is a tactical unit explicitly instructed to carry out the Lord Request's special assignment. I see. Acquire full Euphrates 2 is a forge world. Manufacture arms, extract arms, take up most of its surface. Upon corrupting them disputing their production algorithms heretics have enhanced their ranks with possessed mechanisms and false defective traitorous Guittari whose protocols were disfigured with indoctrinating scrap code. Our forces have secured minor footholds on the surface but are unable to deliver effective blow to the headquarters operations centre of the profaners in the machine cathedral at the heart of the Manufactorum Sigma S13. According to the available data, it's the current location of the art heretic target termination apostle, Dark Apostle Erleron the Cruel. We may outnumber the enemy, but ours is a poor warband. All it has is steel carols of the Omnissiah and scantily trained serfs from across the expanse, while our foes are detestable and others deadly putrid-hearted traitors for the ranks of the word-bearers, and their vessels protect the cathedral from orbit. Why have we not commenced the planetary assault? There is a conflict, critical error, categorical lack of understanding of the imperatives of operation. Within the chain of command, Unit Theobald Ironhide is in favour of a strategy of mass destruction, which would constitute an unacceptable violation of the right of operation. Every square metre of the manufacturers is sacred. Which is why the Cog Priest is so intent on hindering and sabotaging our assault by refusing us forces and landing Decars. But Theobald Ironhide won't fight on terms of a priest. My battle plan is rejected. The Omnissiah service can retake the planet themselves. Maybe they think they know their lives mean nothing compared to their precious cathedrals, but a wolf knows what his life is worth. I must have accused you. The explorators are hiding something on the planet, something you refuse to show to anyone, and are now allowed to destroy. What is it? Request denied. The Omnissiah's mysteries procedures conducted on Euphrates 2 to remain undisclosed according to the protocol vow of preservation of the hallowed and the profane. This is why on Fenris we have the priest follow the warriors, not the other way round. The priest never thinks about the battle ahead, only their tenets and taboos, but a wolf must think only of battle and his enemy's death, not about preserving cathedrals and counting the trophies that await him. What do you propose our plan should be? Our strategic analysis points to full-scale offensive as the optimal course of action. The losses among the troops' insignificant personnel laity would be numerous, but not exceed acceptable parameters. Replenishing such losses will be less arduous than repairing the damage that may otherwise come. Theobald, I would rain down vengeful skies upon the enemy. I would plough the land of Euphrates 2 with shells, shatter their defences, level the fortified towers, and throw their hosts into disarray. And in that whirlwind of fury, I would lead my glorious pack to Parvakar. I've heard your opinions on this. Choose your strategy wisely. It's not every day you get to heed the advice of a seasoned warrior, one chosen by the All-Father himself to bring the death to the foes of humanity. This is true. You don't get it wrong well, do you? You read Hearts that are inscribed with runes, Sigmund. 'Tis true my brothers and I grow tired of this cog priest and his naysaying. For whatever reason, he thinks himself our lord. I concur with this statement. Given that the military action Sacred Crusade eradication is taking place on the world devoted to the machine god, you know Opticon 20 exists on this privileged strategy. The whole Theobald's face turns purple, but he cannot come up with a retort. Opticon 22 lowers his head repentantly, lets out by now it trilled. Neither of them can find the words to above. Right. First step is obvious. We eliminate the machine cathedral's orbital support, but what planetary assault strategy should we follow in the destruction of the fleet? We'll begin bombarding the enemy's positions and advance cautiously. We must conserve our troops. Your plan bores me. It's not a space for way of war, but such counter strategies to limit the unorthodox curls, so you have my approval. Good. Bloody space wolves. They're good. Begin scan. The road trader ship took its place at the centre attack formation. The right flank was guarded by the sacred combat vessels, the Adeptus Mechanicus. The left consisted of the combined forces of the Lord Inquisitor, headed by a frigate of the Space Wolves. Nice. The enemy deployed their ships in a wide arc to attempt to surround the squadron, but the Heritage plan was not meant to be. Theobald and Opticon sent their detachments forward, tying up enemy in combat and presenting the Lord Captain chance to deliver a blow to the very heart of the enemy position, where the flagship of the traitor's humanity waited their final hour. Good. Keep one on the one flank, one on the other. That way they can't bicker. Tick, 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 tick. Come on. There we go. Oh. Fighters. Okay. Right, we're going to launch ourselves straight. Then we're going to park ourselves just off. Look for its vulnerable spot. Nah. We're just going to drift past now. Hopefully I may have held it in position. Yep. Dorsal fin, go. No, we don't want to ram. We want to do a quick about. Where is that? Hard over. Good hit. I don't think this sword class is going to last much longer. This one will. Go away. That's the worst place you could have finished. Dorsal turret. Swing round. Foul lance. That. Port turret. Port cannons even. There we go. Move up. Thought they were running away. Okay, we're going to swing round. At the very least, we'll be able to catch them with the dorsal. If not... Okay, bring the metal torpedoes forward. Okay, you are going to loiter here, I think. Boom. Nicely done. Nicely done, I think. Hull repair. A general once said that all wars are fundamentally the same. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. Grok ship. That general didn't witness the events on Euphrates too. Road Trader Sigmund von Valentius was the supreme commander of that battle, a man of iron will, unfaltering, unshakable. I served in his personal enforcer guard back then, just another cocky kid who thought he was an expert soldier. The Emperor was gracious to me, gave me a chance to realise how long I was. Most of the comrades didn't get a chance like that. The shuttles would have blocked out the sun if you could have seen it through the smoke of the manufactorium city of Sigma S-13. At its heart stood the machine cathedral, our primary objective. The Lord Captain showed us mercy by having the lander zone bombed from orbit. All the shuttles carrying troops and more importantly precious vehicles reached their destination. Daunted by our numbers, the enemy withdrew. That was the perfect moment for a decisive attack. With an armoured vehicle force of this size, we had the upper hand. Depending from orbit, Sister Argenta inspired troops with the very first notes of her prayers. Her singing was the Emperor's voice commanding us to fight without any regard for our own lives. After rousing the soldiers to launch a daring raid, she quickly captured one of the heretics' commanders. It was when we heard a starkly different voice come from the Sister of Battle. Trembling with fury, she personally interrogated the miscreant, pulling one poison confession after another out of him. Once she was done, the world was purged of its impure breath, and she was the one wielding the flamer. The sight of that heretic writhing in flames was imprinted upon our memories, shining like a light in the cruel beacon, darkness of our immediate future, like a brilliant beacon. In the command centre, Lord Captain orders generals to commence a rapid tank assault in accordance with military doctrine of armoured wave devised by... There we go. We were commanded to prepare our auspexes and commence the assault. We consigned our lives to a small green vid screens and the machine spirits. Whenever we avoided another one of the enemy's traps and ambushes, we would then voxcast their coordinates to artillery gunners. While our comrades rained thunder and lightning upon the heads of those skulking horse sons, we gave the Emperor's peace to the rest, making slow but steady progress towards the walls. Pursuing through the ruins of the sacred workshops, we looked on all upon machines that up until that point had remained forbidden to the eyes of the laity. They were palaces of incredible and frightening technology, void ship assembly halls, alchemical atriums, sacred arsenals, generators producing visible fields sunsetting to the mind, and scriptoriums containing knowledge of horrors best left undiscovered. In one of the chemical chapels we came upon a shipment of cisterns containing hallucinogenic gas. The tech priest protested that the substance was not designed for warfare but was created for higher rituals, but the officers wasted no time in pumping our artillery shells full of it. At last we reached the gates of Dock Move 514, the threshold of the metal nightmare that was the manufactorium Sigma S-13. However, the initial attempts to storm the dock shattered against enemy defences. Magus Dominum Opticon proposed a tech sabotage. He could send the small Skitarii units behind the enemy lines and have them subdue the spirits to the area's defence. Thobold, the fierce leader of the space, would prefer to send infiltrators beyond the walls to kill enemy officers and weaken the dock's defences. Intelligence, deployment of infiltrators. The Space Wolves entered the city undetected and reaped a bloody harvest there. None could hide from the fierce and cunning warriors. The infiltrators killed one officer after another, sowing panic and disarray among the enemy. The bodies were impaled on spikes so that the heretics could see their commanders from afar. Once the mayhem had reached its peak, the Space Wolves demolished the turrets and opened the gates and gave the signal to attack. The dock was ours. It took many days for us to break through the metal heart of the manufactorium. In the third week of the assault, the vanguard halted and swept away by a salvo of plasma microcannons. Scorching every cannon of the sacred engineering, the heretics had placed the hull of an unfinished void cruiser on treads, several kilometres long. This leviathan of adamantine and steel barred our way. Magus Dominus Opticon 22 insisted that we retake the sacred machine, for the vessel had been in the making for many decades, and its destruction would have meant a great tragedy for the Imperium. It came as a surprise to all when the Space Wolf Theobald supported the Dominus. After the Lord Captain reconciled him with the Explorer leader, Theobald had tamed his pride and spoke in favour of Tectoni's course of liberating. Yep, let's do it. Having the sacred machine on our side could have given an offensive a sizable edge. Our orders were to get the landing force to the cruiser's bridge and escort the engineer to the main cogitator. Our shuttles used the Type's blind spot to deploy elite troops on board the cruiser. While they were engaged with shrieking heretics, the engineers reasoned with the machine spirits of the main cogitator and initiated the blessed purgation protocol on the inner decks. It took us 3 days to drag every last cultist corpse out of that compartment. Slipping on pools of blood mixed with sacred unguents, we made it to the machine cathedral. A gargantuan hall breathing with the flames of 1,000 furnaces. The last bastion of the enemy army. It was there I first faced the word bearers, betrayers of humanity and unworthy sons of the Emperor. But what could we mere humans possibly do to match their unholy bestial rage? Devised plan to place the space walls at the front of the strike. The Emperor's angels themselves led the charge that day. Magnificent in their rage, they forged a path for us to follow. Even the appalling champions of the Arch Enemy couldn't stop them. While we distracted the enemy with suppressive fire and a hail of grenades, our unyielding leaders charged the word bearers and tore them to pieces. We were the anvils of his wrath, and they were the hammer. It was then it came Doomscream, an ancient and bloodthirsty hellbrute, a merciless executioner forged from adamantine and ceramite. That single foe was repelling our assault after the other, turning hundreds of soldiers into a bloody pulp. For as long as that abomination lived, we had no hope of entering the cathedral. The dire-eyed Thobot volunteered to track down and destroy the vile spawn, but fate had other things in store for him and his brothers. The Space Wolf Pack was to be the first to storm the machine cathedral, and thus Magus Dominus Opticon 22 assembled a cohort of elite Skitarians and said that he would locate and eliminate Doomscream. The soldiers were whispering he was willing to activate so-called guaranteed annihilation protocol, a terrible and ominous rite that is as lethal to the enemies of the Omnissiah as to his faithful. Opticon 22 and his cohort placed their arm plated with black chrome and marched into the darkness of the manufactorium in silence. Hours later we heard the chilling sound of combat, and then a flash erupted from the depths of the sacred workshops. The Emperor's angels charged forth and found Doomscream there, crippled but alive, and routed the fiend. His bloody pincer, ripped off by a devastating explosion, was presented to the Lord Captain as a trophy. The body of Opticon 22 was never found. It was disintegrated by the atomic charge he carried into battle. Such was the high price for the grave and humiliating wound that he and his tech comrades inflicted on the unholy champion of the heretics. We chanted the name of the brave warrior of the code in our prayers. After we reached the machine cathedral, we saw a yawning lift shaft left behind by a colossal land-gnawing drill that had burrowed for kilometres into the depth of the planet. There, deep below, lay the last hiding place of the heretic leaders. Hundreds of grenades accompanied by promises of swift judgment were hurled into the pit. Such was our righteous anger. The planetary assault was a resounding success. The enemy forces were shattered and broken. A small fraction remained in the machine cathedral, but the rest were either destroyed or were destined to meet the same inevitable fate soon. The Lord Captain's retinue and the Space Wolves band delved into the shaft, heading towards the heart of the machine cathedral. We watched them leave with a reverence in our eyes. We knew we were setting up a perimeter around the entrance. We knew that the true outcome of the Battle of Euphrates II depended on them, and that our fates were theirs to decide. I think we'll stick with the same crew. We've done pretty well so far with them. I would have gone myself, but the 70% wasn't enough, I don't think. Ooh. The giant in dark crimson armour in the middle of a sinister litany, his words turning into a pulsive ethereal screech and flakes of otherworldly ice. He does not notice your presence. The same can't be said about Vaudeville, who stands at the side, completely mutated turquoise of flash lights and flinches. The sorcerer scoffs, his deep, unnatural, vibrant voice, his cozy shrink so. What good is the name of a rotting corpse propped up on the golden throne? It carries no fear for the disciples of the true faith. So, you were the one so eager to meet me and your own demise. Rejoice, brother Twilight. Today you become the new rogue trader. Yes, master. I've rectified my mistake and reclaim what was stolen. The platform beneath Sorcerer's feet is a drilling machine, massive tunneling shield. This mighty mechanism can gnaw through rock, bunker, bulkheads, reinforced adamant, and anything else that may lurk in the planet's depths. The corrupted servants of the Deus Mechanicus scuttle around the heretic, muttering twisted prayers and initiation in attempts to persuade the undersized majestic beast to awaken. Let's turn that down a little bit, I think. Do you have a name, or shall I just refer to you as a heretic? You know my name well. I'm Yulon the Cruel, berserker of misbelievers, truth speaker, triumpher of faith, dark apostle of the blessed word bearers legion. Kneel and offer prayer of gratitude, for your deaths could not bear a worthier name. Death for the glory of the true gods is a blessed fate for any believer, so why would I rob them of it? Every martyr who perishes in their name only empowers their reign. I was tasked with a different mission, to make the Cronus Expanse behold the sheer impotence of its most eminent protector. Once Caligar's treasure has been stolen, his secret hoards plundered, his name shamed, the dogs of the false emperor will see the truth. No one will protect them. No one will heed their pleas, only bowing to the masters. What's that treasure you covet? I will keep this from you so you may perish in the darkness of ignorance. Pathetic, your master didn't tell you the reason why he sent you to face your death, and neither will I make my poison cup any easier to drink. Very well, kneel and pledge yourself to the true gods of the warp. I doubt you intend to obey, but I will advise against it. What the devils are you doing here? I'm on a path to greatness, Sigma. True power, the kind you and Theodora could only dream of. The edge of daybreak promised to weave me a truly remarkable fate. There's nothing for us to speak about. Now we stop him. The wolf lets out a chilling howl, his pack ready their weapons, acknowledging it was an unequivocal kill order. Let those who blaspheme against the true gods beg forgiveness in vain. Let their lips be sealed, let their hands be severed, let their souls be reaped and scourged. Ooh. The glorious fight wakes. Take heed with silver-tongued traitor, for he's old, sly and strong, but by the altar of the wolves will spill his blood today. You encountered him before? No, or else his head wouldn't still be attached to his neck, but my pack has heard plenty about his strength and ignominious misdoings. One can see the evidence of malfeasance across the Cronus Expanse, like bear tracks on fresh snow. We stalked him, looked for a chance to clamp our jaws around his throat, but the craven knows well how to hide behind the backs of his historical lackeys. And what witchcraft he attempted back there? He wished to wake the tunneling behemoth. If you hunger for my thoughts, Urlon is searching for something down below in the manufacturing room's deepest halls. My woes destroyed the energy fountain and silenced the drill, but the detestable Malfolk still found a way to revive it with his magic. Another blasphemer. They are too many to count. What is he trying to unearth? I do not ask, for I know not myself. Commissar treats his allies like a Fenrisian mushroom farmer treats his produce. He keeps them all in the dark and feeds them shit. He didn't see fit to enlighten us about the secrets of Euphrates too, but 'tis no matter. Whatever it is, we mustn't let the loathsome Malfolk claim. Yeah, I will deal with him. You're a brave one, they're not easy to. Good. Then find a way to reach the tunneling platform, or we'll give the mighty sorcerer something to worry about. Hellbound, stick to your original plan. Take two brothers and go after Doomscream. Our scouts report that he took refuge here in these depths after being defeated in battle on the approach to the Machine Cathedral. I want that unholy tin can that holds his treacherous brain back to Fenris. Good hunting. We won't fail you. For the Emperor, watch yourselves out there. Hide on us, Sigmund. Venus Hoya. Come on. Good. 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 Let's use a multi-key. Go on, open it up. There is Andor in the way. Okay. Segment von Valentius, Conqueror of Steel and Smiter of True Flesh. We initiate the capitulation protocol. No wonder it's Chrome, Infirman, and Leaden Haze is only condensation way cave design protect men opposing you. Lay down your weapons and wait your judgment. We'll hold the tribunal once I'm done here. That's fair. They don't want to fight. Then we won't kill them. No need just yet. Cowards is what they are. Pascal, open that. Hang up. Ah, we have levels. Weapon skill. Cool. Yeah, let's boost your weapon skill as well. Yep, I'll take that. Boost your weapon skill. Cool. You really need some extra ballistic skill. Nice. Ballistics. Better to die for the Emperor. And we'll give you some more ballistic skill. Nice. Cultists. Okay, you look there. You look over there. Yeah, Argenta, you stay over here and give her some cover. You're fine. Who's back here? Abelard. You come up here. I'm just going to shift one back, just so we don't get grenaded at the start. Use that. It's exposed weakness on that one. Good shot. I'll do. No! Okay. Drop him. Good hit. And then if it's still alive, hit it again. Hendrix. You're going to come out the back here. You're going to swap to your flamethrower. Nah, that's not going to work, is it? Endure. Build up. Sigmund. Argenta. Mark him as prey. Piercing shot. Do that. Abelard, get yourself back in this damn fight. God damn it. And then number 3. Okay. Right, dust him off. And then there was 1. of Valkyrie. I don't think we're going to do this one somehow. Okay, that's my time to get out of here. Wall up. Can't hurt me. Wall. This is good. Ow. Yeah, he killed that one. That's good news. So we may still be able to do this. It might take a while, but we may still be on. Round we go. Lock. Five. That's what I want. That one. Now we're just going to jink round. Guard up. Nah. Nope. Ow. Didn't quite get away enough. Right. Move in. Defend. Ah. Oh well. That didn't quite work, did it? Anyway, we're going to load the last save and then we'll pick up from there next time. I've got an idea this time. Little idea rolling around in my head. So we'll just see where we load back in. Not too far away, I hope. If it is, then I'll work my way back. It's not a problem. Yep, all the way back here. But anyway. I can't be asked to deal with that. Skip that. Skip through that. For the Emperor, watch yourselves out there. Off we go. But anyway. We're going to leave that there. So again, thanks for your time. And for the minute, I've been Cappadocia. Signing off.